Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Like K here for another Kerbal Space Program video. um, so last time we left off, we had just acquired more landing gear. So we are going to try and go for a test bed flight with the new landing gear and external drop tanks. Because as I had said previously, as I had said previously, we will be trying to use this as a permanent testbed aircraft. So, what better way to do this is going back to the North Pole. That way we can get some more science with our Science Junior. And maybe stop by at the Tundra. And if the aircraft can fly back, or depending on the amount of fuel that it will have at the end of this. Actually, that reminds me, we must remove all oxidizer from this craft, because it will just cause an issue with the weight. Anyways, if it can go there, and if it will have enough to get back, we will, in the next episode, make an attempt to get to the Badlands. What I plan on doing and what I want to do on this is sorry, I had this all planned out what I was going to say about this part, and I completely forgot. Yeah, what I plan on doing is collecting as much science as I possibly can on Kerbin itself before going into space. Well, actually going into interstellar space or even the Mun or Minmus, because that way we can get as much research as we can. So I think this is pretty well set. If not, we have the parachutes and we have emergency ejection nodes, more or less, as for the drop tanks. It's a fancy way of saying that. So let's go back to Johnny Kerrville and type A, because this is our test bed aircraft, as I've already said probably at least a dozen times in this episode alone. Man, these loading times take longer and longer each run, don't they? Okay. So, if this aircraft does not work, I'm going to actually be pretty down about it, because, okay, you can definitely see that there's an added weight for this craft. Alright. And do we have liftoff? That's not good. No. That's a definite no. Like, we almost just lost Johnny there. Thank God we had gotten a little bit of altitude and were able to deploy those parachutes, because if not, we would have been down. We would have been down, Johnny. That would have really been sad. Alright, so let's recover this vessel. And now we know not to trust those landing gear, because I really don't think it was the extra weight. One data gathered. One data gathered. So I really need to to stop playing with these dog tags. Dog tags are my main enemy when it comes to this. Okay, so it would have given us plenty of I can't speak. I can't speak. Speaking is not my strong point at all. Okay, so let's try this. We're going to go for a much more different approach when it comes to wheels, because we got the drop tanks. If this doesn't work, we're gonna be up a creek, because yeah, let's give this a shot. Water does everything good. Let's hope we don't land in the water now that I mentioned that. Let's quickly turn on those SES thingies real quick. She should remain relatively stable. And if not, God, it's like trying to take off, trying to take flight with an ME-163 without its without its takeoff gear. Something I will say that those pilots definitely had some balls to fly those aircraft. Looking at them, I would never, ever, ever fly one of those. I mean, they look great. Oh, you know what? Gonna cut off all fuel from these, only to see that the drop tanks won't work at all, actually. The drop tanks are just a fruitless attempt, which is a shame. Okay, that's one way of one way of slowing the aircraft down. But oh, the landing gear, I will say, very stable design. Dangerous yet stable. Okay. So, we're going to try this again with this aircraft. If it does not work, if it fails this time, there isn't really anything I could say except, oh man. These are horrible. I mean, they're good, but it's a shame that those drop tanks don't work, because that would have been muy bueno. Be very bueno. I'm trying to think of any possible thing that we could do to this aircraft to increase its fuel capacity without altering its core design. Propulsion. Doesn't look like it's possible, sadly. And I just realized, if I really wanted to, I could safely put a prop on it now. I think it's safe to say we can give this aircraft another try at being a prop plane, because that would actually be really suiting for a longer aircraft flight, because, well, for one, for one, it's less fuel hungry. That's what I was going to say, but my mouth's been really dry, and it's not very good. Okay, so the Triton 1 Flight Model Type B. Hopefully the gear are just big enough so it doesn't completely trash itself on takeoff. So, Godspeed, Johnny. Okay, that's definitely a good sign that our craft can actually fly. Next stop, back to the North Pole. Fortunately, this is going to probably be a longer episode again. But more so ever. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Actually, now that I think about it, there's a major thrust difference between this, because at this point we'd already be going 160 meters a second. This thing is going to take forever. Only 101 kilonewtons a second. I think I read that right. Yeah. Let's see how unstable this aircraft will be at 4 times speed. Alright, so after a while it decides it's just going to completely shut itself. Okay, yes, I get it. Don't show this again. Okay, at this note, I'm actually relatively uncertain on exactly how well this aircraft is going to fare, given that it's struggling to get to 5,000 meters. And again, 15,000 feet is actually a pretty decent height for a craft, well, primitive craft. Because if I remember correctly, I think the B-17 and other aircraft like that were more than able to ascend as high as 38,000 feet. Don't quote me on that. I think that was its upper limit, and I think it couldn't go that high naturally because the crew and everybody were kind of in an open aircraft, thus leading to a lot of issues with freezing and stuff. Because I do remember there were stories of, pilots, not pilots, but crew members, probably pilots too, being afflicted with frostbite. Because high altitude and low atmosphere, low temperatures were freezing the pilots' bodies. Okay. So it's been, I think, 7 minutes. I can't see because I got the Fraps number right there. So, and we only gone 36 kilometers. And we've used 25 gallons. We're just going to try and land over there in the highlands, and we'll just go from there. rocket propulsion seems like our only chance of doing anything far distance. As much as I hate to say that, because I love making aircraft on this game. Aircraft are so, what's the right word? Fun to make. They're so interesting because you could. This is why I like Kerbal Space Program, because it's so limitless on what your designs are, except, you know, for the shape of it. But that's besides the issue. Okay, so we're now going into a low cloud cover. Let's not freak any civilians down. Freak out any civilians down there, because we're obviously flying over a city. And, are these mountains? I want to say these are the mountains. Man, 11 minutes of flight. And only 66 kilometers. That's pretty shameful. Alright, crew report. Over highlands. Keep that data, because we're cutting that engine real fast. And yes, I did change the thrust direction. That's why we're kind of dropping like a rock. Let's put that gear down, because we're going to need that. This is going to hurt. Let's see, observe mystery goo. 0.4, that's not enough. But, oh my, look at all these cities. I really wish that they would actually add cities and whatnot into Kerbal Space Program. It would make so much more sense to have it. And I've said this before, but okay, let's hope this doesn't snag the aircraft. I just didn't think of that till now. Okay, get this below 35. Can we get this below 35? Nope, we're going the wrong way. Okay, that looks like that hurt. Okay. At the speed we're going, it really seems like it's safe to say we're not going to damage our aircraft too much. I mean, we might lose part of a wing or something, but the aircraft will be salvageable. I think, actually, if worst comes to worst... Oh, we can't see. I can't see! Shut that engine off. Okay, we have a successful landing. Okay, I regret doing that. I really regret doing that. Now we were kind of bouncing everywhere. So, observe the mystery goo. Did we already go to the highlands? Because that seems very low. The material shows little silence. These guys like to judge people. Okay, so let's do a... Oh, yeah. EVA's down here, of course. Because I'm a professional at this game. EVA 2.4. Hey, why can't I get a surface sample? Come on. 2.3, this is dirt and grass and small rocks. You suspect this isn't going to be much of a groundbreaking discovery. Okay. Let's just recover the vessel. Recover the ship. And let us start working on a new... We're actually going to go unmanned to go to the North Pole because we've already been there with a pilot. But hey, 16.3 science right off the bat. That's not bad. So, we're going to go for using the Staputnik probe. I think that's what it's called, right? Yeah, it's Staputnik. Oh, yeah, okay. How do I say this? I'm not the smartest cookie in the tool shed. I just realized that it's a play on saying stay put, or you don't have to go anywhere. Wait, why are we're not transmitting nothing. There we have some chutes. Battery life is going to be good. Okay, that looks very interesting. It's a flower. Okay, so here's the pretty much the core of it, because all we're doing is just getting this. I think we might as well just go for another little Science Junior, or not Science Junior, because that's obviously what we need. Let's get one of these right there. I keep pushing the wrong one. Go. Okay. So let's do this. Let's have this sitting here. Because that looks good. Here we go. Pretty basic ship. And that being said, it is time to launch it. Oh no, it's not time to launch it, because you'd have to be insane not to have any form of stability, especially when you got rockets. So rockets. Okay, stop playing hard to play with. Okay, here we go. So, let it launch. Let it launch. Let it fly. I'm just dancing here like an idiot because of some catchy tunes. Alright. As we start for liftoff in 3, 2, 1. This ought to get us to a pretty decent altitude, and at that point we're going to break it off, and then we are going to head towards the poles. We might actually not have enough fuel to do so, oh, come on. This thing is not stable, because I forgot one of those things. Yay! Yay for retard! because I'm a special snowflake who obviously cannot use a craft correctly. Okay, so just speed this up, because that was not the intended thing. We need some more cores, and we need some more fuel. That's obvious, but unfortunately, this is leaving this episode off in failure, because we're out of time. But let's just hope this thing lands. Uh-oh. Separation of Stage 4 confirmed. Separation of Stage 2 confirmed. State Putnik splashed down hard and was destroyed. Nothing survived of it. It landed, but not the way we wanted it to. Thank God there was no pilot. Oh god, that would have been just absolutely horrible. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I'll see you guys next time.